Okay, guys, so this is just a heads up. I'm going to be starting to do what I call UFO investigations, but in a way that really is not traditional, or maybe it is to some degree. I don't know. I don't really look into it too much based on all the UFOs and things that I have seen. I'm going to start doing this because it's an interest and a hobby. Lately, though, I'll be honest with you, since I moved out here, I wanted to keep it on the lowdown. I didn't want to jump into it too quickly. I'm going to tell you right now, this is what I'm going to do. The next video is going to be me at night trying to psychically communicate with extraterrestrials and bring their vehicles close to me. Hopefully, with all due respect, I really want them to come and not only just come over to me, but I want them to come over to me and then literally come get me, pick me up like a transit bus, literally. And I didn't say transient bus, I said transit bus. Okay, I want them to come pick me up using my psychic energy, and I guess you would call it a penny tour. Yeah, I want them to give me a tour of whatever they're allowed to give me a tour of. And if they happen to be extraterrestrials that aren't the nicest, maybe the respect will be given to me just for psychically communicating to them and they won't harm me. So this is what I'm going to do. Yes, I do believe there's good, bad, and evil in every district of life forms. Doesn't mean every life form has those qualities, but I'm going to do it because, I have I've had an experience you may not have heard about where a friend of mine and me saw two different kinds of UFOs. One that was definitely not something that any kind of technology we have. And the second one, in the same night, not long after, was probably more like the TR-3B. Probably a vehicle that was monitoring the UFO while it was doing whatever it was doing. And it also had some kind of zero G technology on it too. So I do believe we have that kind of technology. Whether it's as good as the UFOs from extraterrestrial versions and or extraterrestrial human versions or whatever, we do have our own versions now because some of the vehicles had issues, and we were able to you know subsequently get a hold of them, even though some of them may have had properties that were dangerous and so forth. Eventually, we figured out how we could, salvage them and back engineer them, but it took multiple generations for us to start even getting into it. I do believe that UFOs came down in the Middle Ages and probably even further back. Some of them may have been ostracized or shunned, if you will, from their community, and they were just told, "Look, you can just go there, and we won't give you any fuel anymore, or we won't give you any power anymore, and you can die there." Before maybe even humanity even existed. Okay. Eventually, though, we found some of the leftovers, and we're still to this day covering a lot of them up. What's happened in our recent industrial age is, people are convinced that it's all recent. No, I believe it's been going on for a long time. We just had no way of back engineering them back then, in the Middle Ages and stuff or whatever. So what I'm going to do next video is I'm going to go out and I'm going to seek out UFOs using what I believe I have, which is a psychic ability, because I used it when I used to gamble, and it's pretty strong. I mean, I knew that scorpion, even though it didn't say scorpion underneath this spongy stuff that I had in my bathtubs, to keep, it makes it soft, so when I lay down in the bath, it's comfortable. Well, I never take that stuff out. But when I did the other day, it's because I knew there wasn't something right underneath it, and when I picked it up, there was a scorpion there. Okay, my psychic power does work. A lot of times I refer to it as intuition. Either way, it doesn't really matter what you want to call it. It works. Okay, And I had to quit gambling because I believe the casinos were onto that I had that capability. And they were like, well, this guy isn't, Gabe Kaplan from Welcome Back, Kotter, so he's a nobody and we don't need to give him all this money. So let's just tell him he's loitering and get him the fuck out of our casino. And that's pretty much what happened in a lot of those casinos. They just got rid of me because they knew. They knew I knew, okay? Or they knew that I was, rather, psychic. All right, so the next video, this is just a heads up. It's going to be a psychic communication. Now, if it doesn't work, obviously, that can easily happen. And there's no question that could easily happen. As far as my triangle goes, no, I don't believe it has. I don't believe. Look, I'll just be honest with you. I believe a lot of these secret societies are fucking dumbasses anyway. They think they got insights, and they may have to some degree, but they're kind of lost in their own battle with what they think is enlightenment, and so a lot of people misinterpret it and just say, oh, they're evil, they're evil and they're Masons or Hollywood and blah, blah, blah. And if you wear something that's black and white checkered, you're from hell and all this bullshit, okay? I don't believe any of that, okay? All right? All right, so next video, psychic communications with UFOs.